Do you wish that an expert would just tell you what to sell on Etsy? Well, today's your lucky day because I've put in tons of hours into researching trends for you to put into your Etsy shop. And these are trends that are not yet saturated on the Etsy platform. And if you're wondering, well, wait, who is this person? I just found this video. My name is Dylan Jahraus. I made over $1 million in profit on the Etsy platform. My entire background is corporate e-commerce. I've been in e-commerce for over 13 years now. I've coached over 6,000 Etsy sellers to grow their businesses through my private personalized coaching. So let's jump into 5 trends that are not yet saturated on Etsy. And whether you are doing digital or print on demand or handmade or sourced, you can apply these trends to your categories, and I'll show you how. The first trend I am calling gridlocked florals. With gridlocked florals, you're basically creating seamless patterns of florals. It's a repeating pattern. And if you're bad with design, patterns are the best thing you could do because they require less thinking and experience in figuring out appropriate spacing and sizing and scale. So you can see here's actually more of like a floral inspired look, but it's a cookie cutter repeating pattern, evenly spaced. You can see it here too. Now keep in mind, while the columns are repeating, the rows are staggered. So it's not like a perfect grid. The rows are offset, makes it look more expensive this way. Here, something that they did because the rows and the columns are even, they rotated them every other one, so it still creates a feeling of variation in depth. Here is a super sophisticated way to incorporate this, and this is with brown tones. So brown tones, warm tones, neutrals, even some black and cream in there. And this gives a very kind of subtle, sophisticated look to the gridlocked florals. Here we are seeing 2 different sets of gridlocked florals, one on the wallpaper and one on the lampshade. Love the different size and scale and the different colors. It gives a very different look. And here you can see the gridlock is technically happening in columns of diamonds. So instead of being square, they're kind of putting the floral into a diamond, just adding to that visual interest. Here's another one combining the stripe with the columns of flowers. And again, having the flower bouquets kind of rotate different ways to add to that visual interest. It looks more expensive when you do that. Here again, we see it a kind of a similar look with the stripe and the floral, but we're seeing it with a towel. So towels, bath towels, beach towels, tea towels are amazing for this. Now this is actually the gridlocked floral, but rotated like 20 degrees. So they're kind of at an angle and it just creates more visual interest. Here we're seeing a row of florals on this kind of linen pant, super trendy. Down the side, right? Move over Adidas stripes. Those are gone, replaced with a floral stripe down the side. I would buy that. Here again, we see the rotated. So one column, they're facing one way. On the other column, the florals are facing the other way. Here we're seeing very much, it feels very stamp-like, classic grid line drawn style. Here we're seeing more of a retro look, so kind of a stretched out horizontally kind of daisy look with the brown tone. So I think we're going to still be seeing a lot of brown florals in the mix. This next trend is so fun and it takes me back to 2003, 2004. I was like 13, 14 years old. I was in 4-H in the fashion review group where I would make my own clothes and model them. This was the year that was like super trendy to have those Hollister mini skirts with 3 ruffled tiers on it. And I thought, I'm gonna make my own. Ruffles. I love a good fabric ruffle. And we're not just seeing ruffles in fabric, we're also seeing it with graphics. We're seeing it with glass. Here we see it on a tablecloth. So any type of entertaining linens. Here we see it on the edge of a blanket. So think of like baby blankets, throw blankets, any type of bedding, like a twin quilt. Put a fabric ruffle on it and suddenly it's sold in the handmade category. Here we see it on the edge of an oven mitt. On the edges of tea towels, even one ruffle could be great. Again, for kind of that entertaining space around the top part of an apron or on the perimeter of a pocket. Here we see it on kitchen towels. Again, just a ruffle at the bottom. How simple. It's not like you have to match up the stripes here. The pull point is looking kind of imperfect, yet intentional. And here I pulled this in because I found this fabric ribbon. These are selling for crazy amount of money. And we see the ruffle happening at the top of that ribbon. So instead of like a traditional functional satin ribbon. We see it with other types of cotton-based fabrics and blends. Oh, I love this. This pulls in that two-tone lavender trend. Here we see kind of a cooler purple with a warmer mauve purple. And I love that they're doing a velvet with this trend too. Now this next trend, I was thinking, is it just because it's spring? But I actually don't think so. I am seeing bunnies hopping around more and more and more than ever before. And I think this trend is going to hold through summer. Here we see bunnies showing up in functional items. We see bunnies showing up in non-childlike settings, so more sophisticated like living rooms, dining rooms, and so forth. Here we see a bunny hair clip, and it's elevated because it has that navy look. Here we see bunny wall art, and we added kind of a French toile print on the headband and the neck bow. Again, a bunny with a hair bow, very expressive eyes. We've talked about that kind of nostalgic vintage inspired look coming back where the animal has very expressive eyes. Here we see a grid of bunnies on ceramics, so any type of ceramics, and this looks very sophisticated, right? This is not like a toddler set. This is much more sophisticated. Here we see a bunny print on a pillow in the shape of a bunny with the extra bow on the outside. And here, this is very subtle, but I love how sophisticated it looks. They've incorporated bunnies and flowers together, but it's all one color, all solid, all filled in. And that fabric is really cool fabric. Here we see the bunny trend on blankets, so woven blankets. And I think we'll see that beyond just the spring. Here with bookends, we see bunny bookends, very classic bunny wicker baskets. We see bunny salt and pepper shakers, or even just little ceramics that are shelf decor. Again, with shower curtains. Shower curtains are a great place to pull trends into. I don't think people realize that. Here with the bunny and the floral trend in the shape of a bunny. Here we see bunnies in gold, making it look more sophisticated and elevated. Here just as shelf decor. Little bunnies as party favors. I honestly think we might see bunnies at Christmas ornaments. Think about where you could buy a little tiny set of, let's say, 24 bunnies, AliExpress. You can add a ribbon, sew a ribbon onto it. Suddenly in the Christmas ornament era here, you could also maybe attach or sew on a pin to it, and suddenly this is a brooch. You could add a hook to it, like an eyelet with hooks on it, suddenly turn this into a keychain. There's a lot of opportunity for the favor market to do something like this. Again, kind of that rattan wicker vibe. Here we see little bunny stuffies on a lace bunting, and suddenly this is, some bunny is turning one birthday decor. There's so much you can do with these. Moving past bunnies, the next trend is fabric furniture. Now this is going to be more in the print on demand, handmade, vintage, and possibly digital space. Here we see a desk, and it's almost like wallpaper. And I'm sure some of them are using a fabric wallpaper to accomplish this. Here we see it on a dresser, another side table. We're seeing a lot with gold, brass, or copper hardware. I don't think it comes across as well with the white background as it does with more of a saturated color. It seems to work better when the print is a larger scale. Here we see full saturation with the gold accents. Here we see not the whole thing covered, but just the fronts of the drawers with a stripe. Now this is much more vintage inspired with honestly kind of like a leather edging to it, which is cool. So mixing two different types of fabrics and then two different scales of stripe. So the interior lining is a thinner stripe and the exterior is a thicker stripe. And now this final trend is one of my favorites, and this is the fluted trend. And I'll show you what fluted is. But if you're like, I don't want anything fluted in my shop, that's okay. Put fluted things into the backgrounds of your mock-ups. Here's an example of what it is to be fluted. It's like these little ridges, right? Little indents and dips. So we see a lot in furniture. Here again, here's like a lighter look. And honestly, when the color is lighter, it reflects the light. And so you get more of the shadow look. It's a little bit more obvious and high contrast compared to something like this where it's a darker color that is fluted. So even this fluted look on lampshades, kitchenware, we see it with vases, ceramics, butter dish, fluted butter dish, even that kind of fluted look on wood bases for things, fluted glassware, fluted ceramics and bowls, fluted ceramics for pots. We're seeing it also with stone. So like a fluted look with this marble bowl, fluted metal accents and hooks. So that could be honestly in the sourced or supply category. This trend, I love this trend. And remember, if you are doing digital or print on demand, you could incorporate a fluted look into the subjects of your digital art, or you could incorporate a fluted look into the mock-ups that you're using and the background that is behind your stuff. Let's say you're doing jewelry. You're like, I can't do fluted stuff. Heck yes, you can. You absolutely can. Have the background, maybe the surface that the jewelry is on, be a fluted looking stone or a fluted tile. And then the jewelry is kind of half on the tile, half on another surface, creating levels with fluted surfaces. It doesn't have to change your product. Remember, these trends don't have to become trendy products in your shop. You can simply start to show your products in a more trendy way by incorporating these trends into your photos, backgrounds, and mock-ups. So I hope that you take this to heart. I hope that you apply these trends to your shop. I cannot wait to hear which one is your favorite. So comment below which one you like the best, what you plan on taking action on. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to learn how we help people with our personalized private coaching for Etsy sellers, we have helped over 6,000 Etsy sellers at every single level grow their businesses. And you can always schedule a free 45-minute call with my team to chat with us about your shop, your challenges, and we can put together a custom game plan for coaching for you. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next video.